Hello people who cannot sit at home, thank you so much for being here. So this video is all about the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair. It is happening right now from November 7th to 16th, 2025, and it's pretty much 2 weeks of really fun entertainment. So these guys were kind enough to give me 2 tickets for us to check it out. By the way, today was actually the first day it was snowing. So yes, over here we are getting inside. So let me read you some of the important information I found online. So this is the largest combined indoor agriculture and equestrian show in the world. It brings together livestock competition, cattle, sheep, goats, equestrian sports, food and culinary competitions and exhibitions, and family-friendly programming. Historically, it was first held in 1922 at Exhibition Place in Toronto. It was actually granted the royal prefix by King George V. I thought that was pretty cool. And yes, it runs pretty much for 2 weeks straight, which including Mondays to Fridays. And the reason to go is this is great for families, of course. Kids love animals. I personally love animals, so I think this is great for anybody. If you're an agriculture enthusiast, if you're a breeder, farmer, food producer, if you're an urban dweller, if you want to, country in the city experience, you want to see where the food comes from, of course, animals, equestrian sports, stuff like that. So I'm going to start with the food section, but there's a bunch of main entrances, so some of you will start at the vendors. So the food section, of course, had a lot of samplers. Over there, by the way, there were people doing the cooking classes with a famous chef. I did not do the cooking classes, but they definitely did look very interesting. So here is a pretzel place with lots of very unique pretzels. I think that is definitely a unique thing about these food vendors, is that food is actually quite unique. This is how they make the cinnamon rolls. I actually never seen cinnamon rolls being made on such huge scale, and we actually did sample the cinnamon roll. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Here are also apples in dough, and I also saw people putting ice cream on there too, like it's an option. That also looked amazing. The Royal Agricultural Fair is in its 103rd year, so imagine the legacy. This is definitely a Canadian tradition. This is my first time checking it out, and in all honesty, I really enjoyed it. They also had a number of giveaways. Over here is the 4th giveaway. I got a bag. There is a section also dedicated to horses, because of course a lot of this fair has to do with horse riding, and that's something that I'm very far away from. I've never owned a horse, but there's definitely really interesting saddles and helmets. And by the way, let me quickly insert a map of what is where. As you can see, the area is huge. We thought that we were fast, and it took us 5 hours to experience everything. This is a day event. Do not even think that you're going to be any shorter amount of time than that. And in this area over here is a collection of the best of, so things that won the awards, like 920-pound pumpkin, one of the largest sunflowers over there, and it's just on and on, the most unique things.
Size, you like that going in terms of body, just balance and quality of time.
Oh wow. Then we went into goat stables area. Very cute. There are so many goats, and they also had kind of like a competition so that the best wins. And then there's a whole section of cow stables. The only thing to watch out for, as I was looking at that gorgeous white cow, I stepped into some poop, which was actually already being cleaned, but I still managed to step into it, so they definitely do clean, but it's a thing over there, of course. I also loved how there are so many cows kind of walking around, just like casually. They, of course, are going into their stables, or they are coming from the show. So that's very adorable. Over here is a really calm bull, just enjoying 4 people grooming him and just cutting and evening everything out, brushing. I never seen anything like that. Definitely a celebrity treatment. And this lady over here was measuring the hair on the back of the cow, like so that it's all even. Oh, another clean one. And over here, this is a cow wash. And also the floor had like the steps of the cow hooves. I also saw a number of kids snuggling with the cows. Of course, they have a bond, so that was pretty cool to see. Some really unusual coloring on the cows. Hi! Oh, oh! Oh! Oh my! Ah! And over here, I thought that this coloring is so cool. Never seen a color of a cow like this. 3 colors, 4 colors. Very cool. Nova Scotia Royal Dairy Team. I love how these cows are just chilling together, one on top of the other. And over here we have the petting zoo. So there was a bit of a lineup, but it moved fast. For $2 you can get treats and you can feed. There's like sheep, alpacas, llamas. There's even little bunnies. And you can walk around, and over there at the bottom they kind of stick their heads out and you can feed them and pet them a little bit. Very adorable, perfect for the kids. But anybody, of course, can go in. I do wish there were a bit more bunnies. Maybe there were in some other area. But over here, I only saw just a couple. And these guys were fighting each other, but like playing with each other, not fighting. And it was really cute to see. And there's a whole area for kids to play. And also the cutest little piglets. Here are some Highlander cows. Absolutely adore them. They're the furry ones.
Since if the milk flow is decreasing, they take themselves out.
There's of course a number of really cool lessons that you can attend. I really love these saunas over here. You put the wood at the bottom and it's kind of heated by the fire, but you're sitting over here. Love that idea. I actually really want one of those, so hopefully someday. And over here we walked into some cheese sampler. This is Rothwell, I think. My therapist, it's hay. I thought that was cute. So these are antler chandeliers. I have never seen anything like this before. First of all, I don't even know where they got so many antlers, and they look real. I'm no expert at antlers, but they definitely look real. Looks really gorgeous, especially maybe in a beautiful hallway with tall ceilings. Over here we have the food court. It's all kind of together, lots of different options. I went for roasty potato because I've heard about this. It's essentially like a big pancake out of a potato. You can add extra such as over here, mushroom gravy. The sour cream comes with it, by the way. You can also, I've seen people do cheddar and bacon, and that looked so good. So if I were to try again, and though this was really good, but the bacon and cheddar looked amazing. My boyfriend had a burger, and then we kind of headed again on our way. It was a lot of exploration. Over here is the best of, so best butters, best cheeses, best butter tarts. Cheeses I'm very interested in because I've gotten into cheeses in the last year. Mountain Oak Cheese, which is a company that I've been to. They are in Oxford County. They actually got from first, second, and third place. So that's great. They are a great company. Rosie the donkey is the ambassador of this year. I did not see her walking around, and I specifically went to look for her. And then we went to check out the Royal Horse Show. So this is actually, you need to buy tickets for this. It's separate from the general entry. Thank you so much to the Royal Agricultural Winter Fair team for setting us up with these tickets. We loved it. It was very beautiful. It's essentially horse challenge course where each rider gets to go through through a certain pattern, and we notice they get to choose if they want to go for like a higher jump versus a lower jump. So that was interesting to see how the rider feels the horse out, if if they want to go for for more of a challenging jump versus just the lower. Very graceful. I love the beautiful outfits, of course, and just the gracefulness of the sport. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Do check out Royal Agricultural Winter Fair if you are watching this in November, or of course check it out in the following years, as this is definitely a beautiful tradition. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.